Welcome to Innerji, Tarot Tea Astrology, and all things metaphysical. Hi, I'm Leslie, the Metaphysical Crone. Well, we've just entered the Gemini season. That occurred on the 21st of May and will continue through until the 21st of June. So what do I mean when I say we're in the season of Gemini? It means that the sun has moved into the constellation of Gemini. And in astrology, Gemini represents the energies of mutable air. So this means that we're moving into a season where things are more adaptable, more flexible. And being an air element, it's all about our mental capacity, our thinking processes, our communication. It's all about how we interact, how we put ourselves out there. Now, the polarity of Gemini energy is a positive polarity. I don't mean positive as in good or bad, but it's a more outward, proactive energy. It's also an energy that's very fast. So what can we expect over this month of Gemini season? It will all depend on what your particular natal chart looks like. So if you were born in the sun, with the sun in Gemini, if you were born with moon in Gemini, or perhaps you have Gemini rising, then the energy of this Gemini season will relate more to you, will be stronger for you, will be more intense for you. But also depending where other planets land in your chart, you may have, for example, Mars in Gemini, or you might have Mercury in Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. So once again, this energy of Gemini with the sun being there for this next month is going to be more important for you. But let's look at Gemini generally. So we're looking at an energy, as I mentioned, that was flexible and adaptable, quick to respond. This is an energy where we think more quickly, we take in information more quickly, and we like to put the information out there more quickly. It's also a sign where we like to take short trips away. So travel is indicated, but not so much the long overseas travel, but short trips, a weekend away, a day out, that kind of energy. This is also the energy of socializing. Gemini energy is all about being social, being a bit of a social butterfly, being chatty, loving to get together with friends and communicating. It's also about variety. Gemini is an energy with that mutability, needs variety. So you may find as we go through this month, you're looking for some new things. You're looking for variety in your life and perhaps looking at learning something new, whether it be a hobby or an area of study. Also, this is a month where the energy is going to be about multitasking, doing more than one thing at a time. Now, depending on your natal chart, that can be fantastic, can enhance your energy for the month, or depending on what's going on in your natal chart, that might be a little bit challenging, even a little bit intimidating, particularly if you have the energy of some of the earth signs, like Taurus in particular. I'm thinking of Taurus likes to take things slow and steady. So with this Gemini energy of being out there and doing and multitasking and variety and lots of ideas, it can be a little bit overwhelming for the earth signs. So some of the downside of this Gemini energy, we can get a little bit too scattered. It's almost like this need for variety means that we spread ourselves mentally too thin in too many different areas. So our energy can become scattered. We can become confused. We can have difficulty making decisions with this Gemini energy when it's not operating at its optimal peak. Also, it's a time where, on the negative side, where you might to avoid making commitments of any kind. So if you're going to be making some big decisions, just be aware that you really want to commit to them. It's easy to get distracted with this energy. Whilst it's fun, it's social, it's almost like what's that bright light over there? What's that bright light over there? So you can become more easily distracted. But remember, as I said, it's all dependent on your natal chart, what the strong planets are, where they're located, what houses they're in. So when we're looking at this Gemini season, we're just looking at it very broadly in terms of the energy of the sun being in the sign of Gemini. So with all of that, let's do a reading for this season of Gemini to see how the energies might play out for you over this next month. Okay, so I've set out a couple of cards from the AstroSoul deck, just showing that we have the sun in the sign of Gemini, which is the sign of the twins. And so I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot deck to do the reading today, at least to get it started. So we're just asking, what are the energies for this month, this season of the sun in Gemini? This very airy, mental, intellectual, coming from your headspace kind of energy. How can that play out for you? And of course, remember, because this is a general reading, only take what resonates for you and disregard the rest. So here we go. So let's put out some cards. I'm just going to lay them upright because I want to kind of read them as a whole. So I'm just laying out 4 cards. And let's see what we have. So the first card is the Page of Swords. So I feel that for you, that during this coming month, you are going to be looking at new things. Swords are a very appropriate symbol or element when we're looking at tarot in relation to Gemini, because swords are about all the intellectual things, about our thinking processes, about our communication. And pages are about small new beginnings. They can also represent kind of the youth in us all. And so I feel that this Gemini season that we're in at the moment, going through until the 21st of June, you are going to be inspired to look at new ways of thinking, new ways of communication, maybe starting some small new areas of study or extending out into another field of study, whether it be a hobby or whether it be work related. But certainly this is looking positive in terms of marrying up with this Gemini energy for the month. So it's off to a good start. And then we come over here to the King of Swords. So we've got another Swords card. Now, this is someone who has mastered their thinking processes. This is someone who has done their study. They have learned. They've reached that level of maturity where they can take thinking processes and make wise decisions with them, making decisions with clarity, with knowing the facts. They've gone and done their research. So I feel whatever it is that you're looking at starting in this season of Gemini is going to come to maturity within that month, and you are going to learn, you are going to find the information that you need in order to make some decisions. Now we're going to come down here to the 5 of Pentacles. So the energy of the 5 of Pentacles, it's earth, it's an earth element. And this card in particular is kind of not being able to see where you're headed, feeling a little bit low. So this is saying to me that really when it comes to the everyday things in your life, just make sure that you don't allow them to get you down. Stay focused on your plans. Stay focused on what it is that you want to achieve, because it looks like it will come to fruition. And don't let self-doubt or lack of self-confidence get in the way. And then if we move around to the King of Pentacles, another king, another master. And it's interesting, we've gone from this sense of self-doubt perhaps about what we're doing over the next month to suddenly feeling comfortable with it. So I feel that as you start this month of Gemini, looking at what it is that you need to learn, maybe a small new project, a small new area of study that is going to mature and come to fruition with wise choices and wise decisions, not letting self-doubt get in the way, means that you can become very comfortable. You can become successful as you go through this month. It is about not letting the inner world, the inner negative self-talk get in the way of what it is that you want to achieve. Now let's add some tea coins to this and see if we can get a little bit more information. So adding on a tea coin to our card, which is the Page of Swords, and I have the monkey. I feel that you need to take this month in a more fun way, maybe be a little bit less serious. It doesn't mean that you don't take responsibility, or you don't, put your heart and soul into it. It just means be more lighthearted in your approach, and don't let anybody else's monkey business, so to speak, get in the way. And let's add a 2 coins to the King of Swords and see what we have here. And we have the triangle. And what I really like about this triangle is that it points the way forward. It's also a symbol of manifestation. So whatever it is that you're starting at the beginning of this Gemini season, it is about being more lighthearted in your approach, almost be playful in your approach to it, but know that you can make the wise decisions, know that you can make the correct choices so that you can achieve, because this is where it will be manifest. As long as you don't let those self-doubts, that, oh, woe is me, get in the way. And let's have a look at a tea coin about this 5 of Pentacles, and we have the fish. And so what this is saying to me is that anything that you have here is internal to you. This is not external circumstances being imposed on you where it is bringing you down. This is more internal, because the outer world is showing abundance for you. So this really truly is going back to your own self-doubt, that little voice in your head that says, I can't, or it won't be successful, or I don't know if I'm good enough. That little voice in your head does not marry up with what is going to be achieved in the outer world in the way of abundance. And let's add a 2 coin for our King of Pentacles. And we have the dog. I really love this tea coin, so cute. And it's interesting that we've got the dog, which kind of looks like a wolf in the card as well. And so this is saying to me that by the time you get through this Gemini season, you will be sitting more comfortably. You will have stayed loyal to your goals, loyal to the journey that you're taking. And it is finishing off the Gemini season in a more friendly way. Now, the interesting thing about this Gemini season, the planet Mercury rules Gemini. Now, currently, if we're looking at today's date, which is the 23rd of May, we're looking at Mercury still being retrograde, but it will be going direct around about the 4th of May, depending on where you live in the world. So the Mercury retrograde at the moment is also saying to me, it's easy to get caught up in the negative self-talk, but keep battling your way through this, because when Mercury retrograde goes direct, when Mercury goes direct around about the 4th of May, communications are going to open up even more. Your thinking processes are going to be even more clear. What you can do at the moment as you're looking to start something new in this Gemini season, a new plan, a new study, whatever it is about making sure that you take a moment while we're in Mercury retrograde to review what you can bring from the past that will either help or hinder. But knowing that you can finish this Gemini season feeling comfortable, feeling settled, successful. And I'm really drawn to the fact that we've got 2 kings sitting on either side of our sun in Gemini. This says to me that you can take control in a positive way, that you can master and achieve whatever it is that you are setting in motion now. I do hope this Sun in Gemini season reading has been of help. Until next time, many blessings to you.